see. Let's just go through what the alternatives are. What could you do to fight this depression? One is have an immediate deflationary crash, right? That's what Ron Paul wanted. He said, let's go back to the good old days of the crash of 1920 that brought the world Mussolini. I'm sorry, that's not a good one. Then we have a consumer-led Keynesian stimulus, which is pretty much what the stimulus, right, the Obama-Pelosi stimulus of 2009
Payoffs to all their friends.
That's better. That has some effect. But ultimately, as soon as
because Rachel Maddow does go out and buy some pants and things like that. I mean,
but there were things. The main thing in there that was good was aid to the states so that the states could maintain their payrolls of policemen, firemen, teachers, and people that we need to keep human civilization going. But unfortunately, that doesn't get you an economic recovery. Then the third possibility is this hot money, which is what the Fed has been doing. I want the fourth possibility. My fourth possibility is this. Take that QE3, take that money, and it's practically 0%, and use that to buy bonds from American states that want to build hard infrastructure.
But that would actually build America up. We can't do that.
That would, yeah, but that's what you want. That's what we should be campaigning for. Not to abolish the Fed. No, don't abolish the Fed. We
nationalize it.
Nationalize it.
Well, yeah, then take the power of the purse back into Congress and then give that to the states, yeah.
It's not even the power of the purse, right? The power of the purse is in the Treasury. We need a national bank, and the national bank...
Yeah, but Webster, the Congress controls the power of the purse, as you know.
Yeah, and that's the way this should be. In other words, the Treasury is one thing under congressional...
But see, that doesn't let them pick winners and losers. They'd rather rule a pile of skulls than live in paradise.
You'd be picking winners and losers in this sense. You'd be saying 0% credit does not go to zombie banks, hedge fund hyenas anymore. We've tried it. For the past 4 years, Bernanke has been offering...
Oh, no, they won't even give the federal contracts to small businesses, and the law says they should. Just stay there, Webster. One more minute. I want you to have 5 more minutes to finish up your statement on the economy.
Everything we said came true. Everything we've done has been right.
Webster, I know you're trying to get out solutions here, and I got to say, if you're going to have quantitative easing, it should go to the states, and it should go to 0% loans to the public instead of foreign banks that have hijacked our country. I mean, what you're saying is true. I cannot disagree with you. You're 100% right. And I want to have you back up. You know, things are so important right now. If you want to come back on, I'm taking off Friday to take my son bird hunting. I promised him forever. But if you'd like to come on sometime next week or maybe even Wednesday or Thursday or something, we'll see. You know, to continue just on solutions. We did that a few weeks ago for an hour and a half. People really enjoyed that talk on InfoWars Nightly News. But I understand you're trying to put out solutions here, but talking to you privately, I mean, I really want your view on this. Geopolitically, where is the world right now? I mean, I see all the parallels everywhere. Everybody's going into conflict because of the economic depression. I mean, where is the world? We are in a global depression, or is it a global recession? And how bad is the danger going into next year? I asked you the time frame on further collapse, and you came up with solutions. Look, I get you want to give us solutions. I want your prognosis on the economy.
The reason I do this is because doomsayers are a dime a dozen, right? Every little newsletter has some prediction of the end of the world.
But you're not a dime a dozen. I want what you think.
People want solutions. That's the whole world history depends on getting out of a depression, and that takes solutions. I would say right now we've got the QE3 from Bernanke coming into play. On the European side, we've got Draghi and his pledge to provide support for Euro bonds. You know, there's always a danger when you go into September, October, and the transition from the third quarter to the fourth quarter. That can always blow up under these depression conditions. But let's just, where are we in a broader sense? You're in this 3-part process, right? Depression, dictatorship, world war. And we've got symptoms of all three all around us. It's not coming in a neat, 1, 2, 3. These parts, the phases interpenetrate, unfortunately. So we've got to break out of this. One of the effects of the depression part is that the Anglo-American ruling class is more insane than they usually are, and they're looking for utopian solutions. In particular, I would say the consultative conference, essentially the Friends of Syria that met in Tehran, Iran, about a month ago with 30 countries representing really more than half the world, right? Russia, China, India, Indonesia, Pakistan, and Iran, Syria, all kinds of countries. The isolation of Iran has not worked, and we've just had the Non-Aligned Conference in Tehran with, 130, 135 countries coming together in Tehran and talking about world affairs in various ways. The isolation of Iran has not worked. For the Anglo-American ruling class, they would have to say, maybe they've come to the point of diminishing returns with the color revolution strategy. Maybe it's time to go back to the war strategy, the mad dog, neocon, fascist, aggressor stance that we had under Bush Cheney. And again, all those guys are grouped around Obama. They're grouped around Romney.
They're grouped around both of them, bud. It's like a Don King fight.
No. If you look at these individuals, the neocons, the hardcore ideological neocons, they're with Romney, not with Obama. They're not with Obama. Look at them. Again, you've got John Bolton, you've got Dan Senior, you've got Robert Kagan, Robert Joseph.
Well, that's what Pachenik says. He says if they get back in, they're going to stage new 9/11s.
Yeah, if Romney comes in on the 20th of January, he may invade Syria on February 1st. I mean, you'll have 100 days of war with Romney. A vote for Romney is a vote for Netanyahu, his bosom buddy since 1976.
All right, we're going to have to talk about this next time, Webster. We'll set you up to break more of this down. We'll be right back with Max Kaiser. Thank you, Dr. Tarpley.
Visit Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the site, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want.